welcome to XPReport, your one place for all your gaming, tabletop, digital, everything news. How are we going?
We're going. Yeah, if this is your first time here, we're a podcast about game news, all game news, spanning digital and analog. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back.
So, got a lot of stuff to cover this week, or this fortnight. We do fortnights. But before we get into that, we'll just go over some stuff that me and Ronnie have going on. So for me, basically the same stuff. Got some cool Sacred Acorn things happening. Summer sale for Steam. We might have a cool announcement to do, which will be nice. And TTRPG stuff, as always, for me. Continuing forever. How's you been?
Oh, I'm still getting settled into the new place. Getting settled into a new way of like handling things. So I'm a wreck right now, but it's a good wreck. It's everything's looking and feeling good. Hopefully I'll be back to being super efficient here soon. But yeah, other than that, just playing video games and stuff and all that. Currently happy to be back. Well, I'll talk about some issues that were happening in the gaming world for me, at least in a little bit. But yeah, everything's great.
That's good. It's good to see people getting into safe, happy spots. So yes. I hope everyone out there is in a safe, happy spot because that makes gaming so much better.
Yes,
all right,
definitely.
Let's get started with our news. First piece from me is Unreal 6 auto porting to Fortnite. So essentially, what they're doing, you make a game in Unreal 6. This is not. I think people are getting mad about it because they don't have to press this. They don't have to do this. Like, this is just something that's built in. But people are annoyed that it's built in. You can just port your game straight into Fortnite and run it through Fortnite.
Oh. And I believe that kind of was, well, not really their intention, right? But they were using Fortnite as, like, the testing grounds for all of their features and whatnot.
So they definitely were, but I think they've gone from... I think a lot of people feel this, even though the engine's still very strong. The engine is there now to serve Fortnite, not the other way. Like, Fortnite makes way more money than their engine does.
Oh, for sure.
So now the engine's there to serve Fortnite. And I think that's why they're doing this. They're trying to just get more people into that Fortnite ecosystem. And I think devs that don't want to be in the Fortnite ecosystem see this as a... Like, this itself isn't bad, but like the road that they're taking, I think people aren't happy with.
Okay. I mean, that does make sense. I used to play Fortnite a bunch, right? And I kind of swore off of it because it was a lot for me. And we've talked about this. I am a FOMO type player. So skins and things like that, if I'm committed to it, I want to have that kind of stuff. And I swore off it a while back. And we have the fear of Rocket League being like imported directly into Fortnite to where you have to launch Fortnite in order to play that in the future. And that will be the last day I play Fortnite or Rocket League. And I've got over 3,000 hours in Rocket League. So
yeah, it just seems the way that they're going. They bought that Harmonix company.
Oh yeah, Guitar Heroes company.
Yeah, and they just put all that in for. I'm like, I would have like as its own standalone game. I would have bought it, but
yeah, it would have been great.
I don't need some metaversey Fortnite thing to play everything.
And they had talked back when I was still playing. They had talked about how that's what they want. They want to have like the social hub that you land in, and then you choose what you're playing and. It sounds glamorous for all kinds of, the younger crowd who want to go and hang out with their friends in there. But if I want to launch a game, I don't want to have to go into Fortnite to go to a game.
It's also very resource intensive, very hoggy. The launcher is terrible. Yeah.
And that's only going to get worse the more they add.
In good news for everyone, and this is related to Epic as well, though, Apple pissed off the judge that originally signed off their lawsuit against Epic. They're like, all right, Epic doesn't have to do stuff, blah, blah, blah. you can keep charging everyone. And the one thing they had to do was allow Epic to, I think it was that they allow Epic to put in their app somewhere that like, hey, you can buy this somewhere else. You don't have to buy it here. No link, just some text or something. And they wouldn't even do that. Or they came up with some other rule on their store which sort of prevented them doing that. And the judge, I think it was Judge Gonzalez, I can't remember the full name, but they were like, look, you've to Apple, you've purposely impeded this, so we're just going to throw the book at you now. Like, they were so greedy they couldn't let this one thing through, and now they've lost everything. So apps will no longer have to do price parity with the Apple Store. Going forward, you can use separate payment systems that aren't the Apple Store in your app on an iPhone or an Apple device. There's a bunch of other things, but it's actually, as crappy as Epic have been about this, it is a good thing for everyone.
Yeah.
Because I think the thing
that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. The thing that hit me hard is that they forced Patreon to do this. So if you support someone on Patreon, you might be paying 30% extra just because if you're paying for it through your Apple Wallet or whatever. Mm-hmm. Which is
those processing fees and whatnot.
Yeah.
And whatever fees that they tack on.
So I think this is good. They've already appealed it. We'll see if it stays appealed. I hope it does, just for the fact that they tried to like be shitty with the court system, and the court system's like, no, that's the one thing you can't do.
Yeah.
We don't care if you don't respect each other, but you will respect us.
I mean, like you said, it's kind of crappy, but yeah, it's probably a good thing for a lot of people.
So
yeah.
Speaking of the next thing that will eventually go to the courts, Nintendo is in their terms and service. People have found that if you steal or mod the hardware or do anything Nintendo doesn't want, that they will turn off your device. This will have, immediately in the EU get put down, because once you buy hardware there, they've got good right to repair stuff. They do not let consumer crap like this happen. But for other countries, that does suck. While it's an alarmist statement, this will not affect 99% of people who buy a Nintendo Switch 2, because it's going to be families and other just your normies that are like, what, like how do you mod a console?
Right, they're not even going to understand what this even means.
They're not even going to understand how to get how to do the thing to get in trouble. They're not even going to understand the concept of this. So
they might not even know what bricking your console even means, even though that could be adverse to it. Could scare them into not wanting to buy it just because they don't know if they will do something wrong.
I think a lot, they have a lot of gamers that play the Switch, but just from my own parent life, there's a lot of families that are not in the stratosphere of the gaming culture that have a Switch. They don't have anything else, but they have a Switch. And those people are not even going to see this news.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they probably won't. You're right.
They will go to the store because their kids saw an ad and they're like, oh, I want the round thing with the different color controllers. And that is it Mario, the racing guy? Yeah, that one too, please.
Oh, Mario, get it. Yep.
So that's what a lot of the purchasing for that will be. Not all, but compared to other consoles and PCs and stuff, it's a very uninformed user base compared to the rest.
And I do find it bizarre that Nintendo is so bold to reserve the right to completely brick your serial number if you do any form of modding. What if it's quality of life stuff, or just being able to access things that aren't even available anymore? Because they love to take away old stuff and not make it available until they can charge you for it again.
That's where I'd say, and people emulating will probably stick in, because I don't think it's ever worth modding a console these days. It'd just be too expensive to fix if something goes wrong.
I've never actually modded a console. I've had a modded PlayStation before when I was young, but it was something that
Oh my god!
somebody else
So
had
did
done
I.
for me.
Everyone I knew had one. Like it was too common.
Yeah, and then I have people in my life that have OG Xboxes that are fully modded out, but I've never done that myself because I've always resorted to some form of emulation that's not on a console.
Yeah, I have a feeling like if you're just modding it to make quality of life stuff, I don't think they would actually do anything. This is 100% to stop people like getting free games on their console.
Right. Which I think with their digital sharing, that people are probably going to find easy ways to get around a lot of blocking of software in their stores.
Yeah. But we'll see how this unfolds. They may walk it back. There'll be countries that they just can't do this in. And if they do, they will have a ban hammer smacked on them so hard that they will regret it. The same thing that happened with the Joy-Cons. There was a bunch of countries that are like, no, like you sold this, you need to fix it.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how it unfolds.
We'll see how it goes. All right, so moving on, Giant Bomb. It's a review site. Some of you may have heard of it. They got like a podcast and everything. They were owned by Fandom. And Fandom were like, this is the stupidest thing. Fandom were like, oh, like you're not advertiser friendly. They bought Giant Bomb knowing what their brand was. And then over time we're like, oh, it's like, we want all the people that like are involved with you to not be involved with you. I'm like, cool, you could do that, but that would make Giant Bomb not Giant Bomb. And then people would stop watching. So the brand dies either way.
Yep.
I hate when people buy something and they do not understand the product. They just want to buy the user base. That's all it was. Anyway, the people from Giant Bomb have worked out a deal with Fandom that they are going to run Giant Bomb independently. They have some undisclosed deal with Fandom. I don't know how much money that is. But they're doing some sort of Patreon or crowdfunding deal. They want people to support them to get the magazine back up. Magazine and the podcast and all affiliated things.
Yeah, actually, as of around 40 minutes ago, there was an update on their website forum talking about their posts on the Patreon, trying to pointing people towards it to get the support going again. That's cool.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, it definitely is good for them. Like, no one thought this was going to be a win. Because it came out that like I think it was like some amount of staff got laid off, blah blah blah. I think it backfired so quickly for Fandom. I think that's why it happened so quickly. They were like, oh, the user base does not like this. We should do something about this.
Who would have thought?
Can't say what happens behind closed doors, but it is interesting. A side note from me on that news, though, I saw some people on Reddit complaining about the subscription, and they're like, it's so 20 years ago. Or like it's so old-timey to have to pay for like your news and stuff. Because they were complaining that a few sites are doing this now. And I saw someone who worked somewhere saying, well, this is how it always used to be. Like, it costs money to make news.
Right.
You used to pay like your $7, $15, whatever for a physical magazine. And it wasn't the printing cost. It was the cost to get everything in there. Like the printing was actually a very minuscule part of it. And that person thinks we're just trending back to you will have to pay for that stuff again.
Man, I can't tell you how many... I was just going to say, I can't tell you how many magazines my stepdad used to order. Like, his monthly fees were so much just in magazines that he would put in the bathroom to read.
Yeah, I remember those days. Very insane. But, yeah, I could see a world where we go back to that because for the longest time, everyone's like, oh, everything will be free and we'll just rely off advertising. Like, advertising's not working anymore.
Yeah, and well, the thing about like Giant Bomb specifically is like you're getting access to other things. It's not the news. You can still get the news for free. It's getting the ad-free experience on the podcast. It's getting the behind-the-scenes roles in Discord to see stuff that's never going to be aired any other way. Like, you don't have to pay for it. People, I think, are just kind of being dramatic about it.
I think people are being dramatic, but also I think there's a group of people like 30 years old and younger who have never known a world where you paid for stuff like this. And it is weird. And to be fair, like they're the poorest generation that's ever existed. And for them to be told, oh, you're going to have to pay for these things as well now, I think it's scary.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is, the generation coming up that they don't even know what it's like to own homes, right? Like it's the age of renting and things like that.
So renters renaissance.
The renters. Yeah, I'm a part of that. But yeah, I think you're right. Not having known where that, or having known that before is probably scary to them. I mean, but again, they'll figure out that you don't have to pay for it. You can find it by other means, or you can stick around and see that you don't have to pay for it. It's just premium features.
Yeah, we shall see where it all goes. I'm happy for them. I think that is net positive.
Yeah. Oh yeah, good. Like I said, good for them. I'm excited. I haven't frequented Giant Bomb in quite some time, actually.
Podcast just for me.
All right. The next thing, this is something that I added. Clair Obscur Expedition 33. I'm sure you guys have heard about it. It's taken over like the RPG world right now, just because it was done by a smaller group, a French team, and they're ex Ubisoft people, and they've taken their passion and brought it to life, and it's big. But
what I heard someone say, and I think this is so accurate. Expedition 33 is to JRPGs, which Baldur's Gate 3 by Larian is to your tactical RPGs.
Absolutely.
Like it's redefined how the quality you need to put into these things.
Yep, I was just going to say it's set an entirely new standard, which I hope not only AAA studios take note, but all developers going forward. Obviously, I'm not asking for clones or anything like that, but I really do hope they take into consideration all of the innovation that was put into this.
So much quality of like I haven't played it, but from what I've seen, it's just like it's made everything that I find difficult to get into about JRPGs. Like they've taken that hassle out. They've added a bit of gamifiedness to like all the QTEs and stuff. Like it just it feels so like seamless.
It's never felt less like a turn-based RPG than now, and in a great way, I should say.
Yeah.
A lot of people that I know that don't even play turn-based games are giving it a go and loving it, which is a big statement.
I think it's going to be the gateway game for JRPGs now.
Yeah. Hey, I played Clair Obscur. I liked it. Now I'm playing Chrono Trigger. But yeah, so the latest patch that came out for it was causing a lot of crashes during cutscenes, which I was one of the people that were affected by that. And they immediately recognized it and are working towards a fix. So anybody that is playing the game and was affected by it, you can wait for a patch, or there are fixes, which I ended up going an alternate route because I couldn't not play it. I went 2 days without playing it and was about losing my mind. But there are alternate ways to fix it. So if you do a little bit of Googling, you might be able to temporarily get back in the game.
That's good. Yeah, no, I think that is something that you will get more with, and not saying AAA games are perfect, they're not, but with a smaller team, it is harder for those QA passes, and there's a lot less. I think there's a lot less checks to get something out the door for like a patch or something. So you could have something like this where
and I don't think people understand what putting a patch out means. Like from a developer standpoint, there are so many different combinations of hardware where it's GPUs, CPUs, RAM, all these things have to work together to make something compatible. It's impossible for any developer to run every single possibility check. So for things like this to happen, it's going to happen.
So for doing a few dragons when we did a patch of Sacred Acorn pretty early on, which for some people that already had gotten to a certain part in the game, it just broke a piece of data in the save, and like it's so hard to like test that when you're putting out a patch, especially as a small company, because it's like you can't have saves that have every single possibility of like how the player could have done things, especially in like a non-linear game where you could go do different things in different orders, or like games like Expedition 33 where you've got different loadouts, different weapons, like just so many different things like that.
And they even, like, without spoiling the game, they even gave you, and this isn't the first time a video game's done this, where they tell you, we need to do this and this. You can do either one right now, you know?
I love that.
Yeah, there's no way to, have all these possible outcomes ready for a patch. And sometimes it backfires.
Yeah, unfortunately. But
they're diligent, in wanting to fix it. So, like I said, if you were affected by this,
they seem like
rest
very
easy.
wholesome devs,
Yes.
from what I've seen in their online presence. So the best of luck to them. And people are obsessed with it. So be back on the road to recovery soon.
Oh, for sure.
So we'll go into the sands of time now with the June beta that happened this weekend. People are losing their minds for it. I've seen mixed. I've seen people that are very, very in love with it. And I've seen people like, and I think people bought into the hype of, this is June. It's going to be a game for everyone. I don't think it is a game for everyone.
No.
People have disagreed with me, but like I think they have sold it as a game for everyone. The way that they've talked about it. Keen to hear your thoughts.
Well, so I did play a little bit of the beta. I did not dive in as deep as even some people in my community dove. There was somebody that came in while I was playing it. He was like, I've done everything in the beta 5 times over. I'm like, dude, what? So some people are head over heels for it, but I do agree with you that I think they sold it as a game for everyone when this is just a massive scale survival game,
It's massive scale. It's I think it's closer to Rust than it is Valheim.
Oh, for sure. The cool thing that I will say is that they made it, and we've talked about this, that you can do anything in the game. You can get any resource, any progression in the game without ever touching the player versus player aspect of the game, which is cool because obviously this is what's killed a bunch of games in the past, forcing you to go and do the PvP. Which is cool. It's like a super big fad. Like Rust is huge still. Great. That's what it's built on. But there is that core audience that don't ever want that conflict. There's a stress that comes along with that some people aren't built for.
Absolutely.
I was going to say from my experience, I really enjoyed it. The one thing that blew my mind about some of the things I saw people saying was like, there's so many big gaps between like things that you can do. Well, it is a vast desert. Like the game is taking place in an open desert world. But I never once felt like there was a lack of resource gathering, a lack of interaction.
Did you only play while streaming though?
Yes, I did.
So I think a lot of people who are sitting at home not entertaining others probably feel that space in between things a lot more.
Well, I mean, even from that, I was getting engrossed in it, and I don't know if it's the way that I do play survival games, because I'm not trying to just beat my way through all of the content. I'm trying to soak it up and make it last. And I think that's where I was enjoying it more, where I wasn't trying to just blast through all of the content. I barely dented it, I feel like. And this beta gave access to quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah, and that's good. It gave people a good thing for them to test. I hope they got what they wanted for server testing and stuff out of it.
Yeah, me too.
I think the game's going to be for me when it comes out. I was a bit shocked about a lot of the people that it did turn off.
Yeah. Well, I think that this game is not going to have as much content as people think. I feel like they're holding it up on like the World of Warcraft pedestal, where there's going to be all these quests and all these different storylines to do. I don't think it's going to be what people expect, and a lot of people are going to try and rush through it, and then they're gonna hit that end game wall, and it's
I
going to
think
be
they
a
are.
culture shock.
I
for
think
them.
this will be closer to like the World of Warcraft raids type of thing, or Guild Wars' World v World, which are both these things that you get to end game and do over and over again. With the land strat and the PvP, I think that's going to be a big focus for them going forward if that does well. I think they'll base it based on their audience. If everyone's like, no, this is crap, then they'll work something else out. But if people get really into that, I reckon they'll hone in on it.
Yeah, we'll have to see where the audience gravitates towards when everybody's starting to hit the end game in the majority, right? The deep desert might be where everybody lives after they've hit that wall of content, or people might just do the glam thing where they work on the coolest looking bases and they just chill around, and it becomes like a community driven thing. We'll have to see where it goes.
Yes, and I'm excited for it. I've got the early access. I'll play it when it comes out. And then...
Well, I'm hoping that being that it's FunCom and they've done Conan Exiles and everything, I'm hoping they allow server hosting where people can maybe do mods and do RP and things like that, because that'll just help drive the community. Not something I might partake in, but I like when it thrives like that.
I definitely think they're looking into it. I don't think they originally looked into it. I think they wanted to make this MMO. They wanted to make it locked in all online. They got lots of people from the RP community being like, we don't want that. We want a closed sandbox.
We want our own ecosystem,
to do their RP in, because they need it. And I think there was just a lot of people that like, we are not interested in dealing with other people. We want like a private thing. I think they underestimated how the survival games community runs. I think they were very focused on the MMO side of it,
which would surprise me because they have extensive experience with both the MMORPG side and, like I said, Conan Exiles, which is definitely a survival. I don't know.
Yeah, I thought it would be more infrastructured like Conan, but it's also good that they're trying new things.
Oh, for sure. Honestly, their systems reminded me of Conan quite a bit, with like the journey system and things like that, with unlocking different researching schematics and all that stuff, without going into like a bunch of detail because a lot of people are saving for the release. But it looks like they've taken these systems and they are improving upon them, and sometimes that leads to omitting things that they might be reintroducing, like private servers and things like that, modding.
I think those things will really hold the game up over time as well.
Oh yeah,
we'll see more when it comes out. We'll definitely talk more about it. It's going to be a big thing this year, I think.
Yeah, probably not the next episode, but the one after that. We'll be covering how the launch went.
Yes, definitely. Back to some more gaming side news. Polygon was bought by it's like Valsoft or something. Bought them, fired like 2/3 of the staff, basically cut them dry. Polygon's been running forever. Not forever, but like for most of my gaming, not career. I don't really have a career in gaming, but like my gaming adult life, like they have been around, and they do some really good reporting. Like again, like I don't know why you would buy this and then take away what makes it a thing. Like those people, why it's worth buying is what you just got rid of.
I don't think I'll ever understand that. They do this. I think they think that the name is going to carry it, not the product itself.
You're exactly right. They are buying a name. They're buying the people that subscribe to it. But but whether it's Kotaku or Polygon or Giant Bomb, like I just go for a good. Someone's like, this article's good, read it. Like
Yeah.
It's not as much to me about like, oh, I'm going to read every Polygon article, but they release a lot of good stuff. And if they stop doing that, people are going to stop going to the website. Like,
Yeah.
you can't just put AI crap on there and expect it to be as engaging for people. Which is, I definitely think what they're going to do.
Yeah, well, the headline is from Valnet, the purchaser. Polygon will now integrate Valnet's gaming portfolio. So they're immediately just stuffing their stuff right into Polygon.
Yeah, so it's losing all integrity. So it's just, that's... So they might get something out of one game. Like, they'll get like a nice review out of one game. But as soon as people catch on to like, oh, they're just praising this company, like, they're just going to stop reading.
Yep. Like you said, it's going to lose all
dumb.
its integrity. That sucks.
So dumb.
I hate that that's happening more and more. It's, again, I feel like it's because gaming's got its spotlight now in the money-making machine, and people are trying to dip their hands in where they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see if Polygon survives that. The multi-staff layoff has already come too. They've lost a lot of jobs, so we'll see.
Yes, they definitely have.
Something I squeezed in right before we started the recording here. I just noticed it while I was perusing some things. Any of you hell divers out there, you democracy having people, they just received a major update, adding new enemies, a new weapon progression and customization system to it, giving you leveling for your weapons and unlocking add-ons as you play, as well as revamping their superstore, so you can get any items you want at any time without having to wait for like a daily rotation to wait for whatever you're looking for to come into the store. I never played Helldivers. I just thought it was a worthy mention for you guys. Anyone that really likes the game, it might be a good time to revisit if you haven't.
Great game. I love it. And if you like all the things that we've been talking about, you should definitely review our lovely podcast. So we are on Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Pocket Casts, and wherever you decide you want to listen to it. Leave some comments. We love talking about comments. And if you want to bring up like your cool moments in Helldivers, or why you hate games media dying, or if you raged like Ronnie did when his Expedition 33 stopped working.
You guys should have seen it.
We want to hear about it.
I was ready to cry because the game was making me cry anyway.
Yeah, big baby.
I am a big baby. I get choked up by the simplest things. But yeah, reviewing the podcast, and like Kieran said, leaving comments and stuff really help us, and they help drive us forward. So we'd appreciate it if you did it.
Helps us know what you like listening to. Like if you want to say like, oh yeah, your news section sucks, just talk about games, then maybe we'll do that.
Yeah, we'll take it into account.
If enough of you comment. We're going to need at least 50 comments. So
yeah, if it's one Giga Chad, I'll just cry in the corner and then we'll carry on.
Giga Chads don't like news. Anyway, so we've got some releases to talk about. We're just going to quick go through these. I noticed this War of Mine board game. And this is with all the tariff stuff. We're not going to go into tariffs. We've done enough of that. But
yeah.
Like over the last 2 years, like because board games have really boomed, like TTRPGs, board games. I'm seeing so many video games make board games, like The Witcher, this War of Mine, Stardew Valley. Like they're all coming out with board games now. Like it's like the next thing that you have to have as part of like a successful indie game or game release now. It seems. I think that's going to die up immediately now with the other situation. But it was just like a really cool trend I had noticed.
Yeah, because a lot of times you see it be the reverse, right? A board game might get turned into a video game, but seeing this happening, it's really cool. Unfortunately, it's arriving at a bad time, like you said, like you were kind of getting towards. Yeah,
it's nothing any of them could foresee. Like it sucks.
Yeah, hopefully after this all goes away, hopefully maybe they didn't lose faith in the ability to do that.
They're doing it because it must make money. So as soon as it's profitable to do it again, they'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of these Kickstarters or GameFound things are getting like $2 million. Like they would not turn that down.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Anyway, yeah, next release, Revenge of the Savage Planet. It came from a game, like Journey to the Savage Planet.
Journey to a Savage Planet. Yep, that was a single player game.
Yeah, is this one's co-op though, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. So it's just like a quirky crafter, narratively driven like thing. It's really cool. I played Journey, and
very vibrant.
Yeah,
super
it's
colorful.
So vibrant. I really liked what they had going. I'm kind of keen to play this. It's a bit expensive for me, but it's one of those things that like, because me and Caitlin both have to get a copy, so it's double the price. Yeah. So it's just like we look at things and like we can't. So
it's tough, especially when it's all based on co-op stuff. Yeah, that makes it really tough.
That's what I loved about Split Fiction, and that's It Takes Two. One person buys it, and your friend can play with you, even on another computer with the friend pass.
And you know what? Split Fiction specifically, because It Takes Two is a bit older now, but Split Fiction, it proves that it can be super, super highly successful and profitable, even with that.
Well, like, take the example of Revenge of the Savage Planet. We're not either of us are not going to get a copy because we can't play it together.
Right.
But if it was just one of us, that's one copy they would have sold instead of 0.
Yep.
So I think Split Fiction has nailed that marketing.
Yeah, it's incredible. People need to follow suit. Come on, don't be greedy.
Well, hopefully people will catch on.
Yeah.
So Darfall came out a few days ago, I think it was. It's like a RPG city building tower defense thing. It's a lot of things stacked in one. It looks cool. It's gone 1.0, so before that, I think people had already liked it. Yeah, if you like any of that stuff, like it kind of gives me like modded Warcraft 3 vibes.
I was just gonna say I saw a screenshot. It looked like it was in the character selection or something like that, and it looked like the login screen for World of Warcraft.
Yeah, it's they've definitely taken like, because like you know how like those mod maps were like just a mishmash of different game mechanics. That's what this feels like in a good way. Like much nostalgia.
Yeah,
they've definitely done the art style from it. So yeah, give that a go if anyone is keen.
Yeah. High on Life, which is not a new game, just got its Switch.
You're just hearing about release. It now, Ronnie?
Yeah. No. Yeah, it just came out on Switch, so it's finally joining all the other platforms, and it's available if your console of choice is Switch. You can pick it up. It's pretty comedic, highly comedic. Not for kids though. If you don't know what it is, not for kids.
Yeah, not at
all. We got Doom: The Dark Ages. It's not set to come out until tomorrow at the time of recording this, but people that pre-ordered it, just how pre-orders go, got 2 days early access, so that's out, and a bunch of people are playing it. So the next entry in the Doom series.
I know a lot of people very into Dune. Doom, not Dune. Too many words.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know lots of people into the Doom games, like really obsessed with just the heavy metal killing vibes. Don't know what that says about them. I did play the 2016
one. I didn't play Eternal though. I mean, I was digging it. It's something about tearing monsters up with executions.
Look, it is a bit of mindless fun.
Yeah, it is. Then we have some. We just kind of like rifle through some of these so we can get to our other stuff. Despelote, I think it is. Despelote. It's a like slice of Despelote. Is that it? It's a slice of life, narrative driven like game about a young child with a soccer ball, and you're going through and you're just like talking to people, and it's really cool looking. Very very cool art style. Check it out on Steam. We'll link all that stuff for you guys. And then we got a game that piqued Kieran's interest called Drop Duchy. That's also come out, and it's like a
Puzzle, tower defense, city builder.
yeah, it's like a roguelite hybrid city builder game where you like drop these pieces onto a board and it creates your terrain and gives you resources and stuff.
Is it like match 3 type of stuff as well? Like you have to get the stuff next to each other to get bonuses and whatnot?
It looks like you'll probably be rewarded for that from the preview that I saw. So most likely you'll probably have to use some strategy. Vellum got its 1.0 release just recently as well. It's a co-op roguelike game, class-based fighter. You can play alone or you can play with friends. Looks cool. Came out a little while back in early access. It is now 1.0. And then we have another simulator game called Cash Cleaner Simulator. It looks like I've been seeing quite a few creators playing this as of late. Literally, you're literally checking money, cleaning it. You're laundering.
Yeah. Mark my words right here. Like this episode, we'll come back to this. I reckon there are too many games coming out that are glorifying illegal thing, like actual in-life world illegal stuff. And we are going to see governments crack down hard on it when they realize that these games have come out. So it's going to be like 2 years because people in government don't play games. But someone's going to like show them one of these one day and they were like, they're ruining the youths. And then it's going to get banned.
You're probably not wrong. I mean, yeah, I don't know how in-depth, obviously, this game is going to go into how close it is to real-life methods. It could be a seriously silly take on it, but if it's anywhere near,
with this,
probably will.
With the gambling one that's recently come out, with Cash Cleaner Simulator, like, there's just too many of them doing too well, I think, is the... is going to be the catalyst for some change that people may not like.
Yeah, we'll see. But like you said, they don't play games, so it's probably going to be a couple years down the road.
Oh, yeah. It'll take them a year to find out about it, a year to argue about it, and then a year to implement a law. And then everyone's going to be moved on to something else by then.
Yeah, they're like, what are you talking about? That game is so old. What are you living under a rock? A couple other games that came out recently. A game called Empyreal. It's an atmospheric, challenging RPG with like dungeon crawling aspects and whatnot. That came out on May 8th. Kind of for an indie game, a little on the pricier side, $30 US. We'll see how it goes. And then we also have the Midnight Walk, which actually really piqued my interest because it looks like it's a game made in stop motion style from clay, like from real clay. And it looks like Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a dark fantasy atmospheric horror game. Looks pretty cool.
Did I ever show you The Master's Pupil?
No, I don't think so.
It is a small indie game made by a guy named Pat Naum who painted on canvas every single like part of the game, and then like really super scanned it and built a game out of it. It's giving me that vibe, people. Like making games out of like this real life art mediums.
I love that. I think that's great. I mean, that's one. It's on a different scale, but that's kind of what had me super interested in Hollow Knight when it came out, because that was all handcrafted as well. You know, the artwork.
So that's still digitally hand painted, whereas the Master's Pupil is like painted on a canvas and then scanned.
Yeah, that's oh, I can see it. Yeah,
it's insane.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm watching a trailer right now. That actually looks really cute. I like that. It brings it gives a whole feeling to that.
Yeah, you should check out the guy's TikToks, like, because it'll show you a bit of the process and stuff. It's insane.
No, yeah, definitely check that out too. Master's Pupil. This is not a new game, but check it out.
So, yeah, that's it for our game releases. So we're gonna just rant about some stuff that we like now. Not that we like,
Yeah.
actually. We've both got a little bit negative topics today.
Yeah.
It's negative week. Anyway, all I wanted to chat about was misleading game advertisements. This is something that, like, I showed my partner Caitlin a game, and she was really excited for it. And then when she saw the actual game, she's like, "Oh, it's pixel art. Like, why wasn't it a pixel art like capsule art?" I was like, "Oh, well, like they don't bring as many people in, so they don't do it." And I had a whole like marketing talk about it with her, and she's like, "Well, now I feel like a bit betrayed and don't want to get it at all."
Oof.
And I do actually see that. So like, where do we stop between? And this is hard for indies, where like indies will do everything they can to get like 2 more sales.
Yeah.
But I also find like I see this a lot in mobile games where they like advertise like game mechanics that just aren't even in the app.
Yeah. I know like what they're trying to do. I don't know why, because like it's gonna catch up. Like now Caitlin doesn't even wanna give it a go.
So marketing advice that I've gotten for pixel art games, because we do it with Lightsmith, pixel art, capsule art just does not sell.
Okay.
Very few exceptions like Noida or Stardew, but from like what people have done, like it just doesn't sell as well, like from the studies and metrics that they've looked at. So people just don't do it. But is that being too disingenuous?
That's where you gotta kind of draw the lines like for yourself. Like, is it worth it to you too to do that?
So this is a great spot for people to leave some comments. So what you think? Do you think games should be more genuine with their advertising, or like are you happy to see like the vibe that the game's going for and then be shown what it is later?
Yeah, I personally, I'm all about complete transparency. I have been, and I think that bites me in the butt more times than not. Because from a business standpoint, you gotta think of it from all these different aspects. You do want to do what's going to sell and what's going to make whatever product, whether it's a video game or not, as profitable as it can be, so that you can continue to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't type scenario where, yeah, you might omit something because it doesn't do too well, and then see how it goes when people find out.
So to play devil's advocate here, there is a game I love, and I put so many hours into it that I would never have picked it up if they just had a screenshot of the game as the capsule art, and that is RimWorld. Their game is too complicated to explain in a accurate, transparent capsule art on Steam or something.
I will agree.
So,
I've never played it, and it looks so overwhelming to me.
So, like, for that, like, the only way that I would have seen that is I'm like, oh, that capsule art looks interesting. Get into it, read about it. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. I can guarantee you, if that was like more transparent, I probably wouldn't have clicked on it. It just would have looked too crappy.
Yeah, it's where do you draw the lines of what you want to show, what you want to leave to them to figure out?
Yeah.
And the cool thing of this obviously doesn't go for every platform, but for Steam specifically, there's a refund window. If you grab it up and you don't enjoy it, it's not what you thought it was, you can go back and get your money back if it doesn't hold up to your expectations. So I don't know, that it's tough. It's tough for developers in general too. You got to know where to play your cards to the best.
You got to know where the line is and try not to step over it. It's a hard skill.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, we would like to see what you guys think about that. What you like, to see in game previews before you purchase, and what maybe drives you to get a game, or what deters you from it.
Definitely.
Is that it? Do you have anything else?
I don't think I have anything else. I want to hear from people. We can move on.
That's cool. I'm also looking for some feedback on this. Like Kieran said, these are a little more on the downer side of things on topics.
Crappy week for video games.
Yeah, it's not been the best. The reason that I even want to talk about this is because I saw and this isn't actually new, another crackdown on microtransactions and features in video games. And I was just, I want to talk about a little bit the predatory practices that are brought into video games specifically for, the younger generations that might not know what's happening. Microtransactions and gotcha games, games like Genshin Impact, Fortnite, and stuff like that. Being a parent victim, I'll say, of one of these instances with Fortnite and my son, that I think they make it way too easy for instances to happen where it's a too little too late type scenario where they make it to where you can just click a couple buttons and now you've spent hundreds of dollars on things, and they make it they make it so hard for kids not to want these things, and that's all that drives them. Not the game itself, not the gameplay, but having the skins or having a character, specifically like a game like Genshin Impact. Not having access to a complete portion of the game, not even just an aesthetic, that's tough for me to get behind. I steer away from gacha games completely these days because of that, because it drives FOMO, and then I think it drives certain people to make bad decisions.
I have friends who definitely have some addictive tendencies that I've seen play gacha games, and they spend hours on these things, just clicking button. Like they're just gambling games in disguise, almost. For lack of a better word. But yeah, I think we will see more and more crackdown on this. I know with the gacha games and microtransactions specifically, Australia is looking into banning a lot more of these, like just outright. I can't remember the exact details around it, but I know they are looking to do stuff. I'm hoping we get to a spot where it's just like anything that sort of derails the quality of and like that would be hard to judge, but anything that like is showing some sort of malice or like taking advantage of the user, I hope we can just get away from that. It'll be a long road, but that's what I'm hoping for.
I hope so too, and I am one of those people that you had mentioned. Like, that's why I stopped playing Fortnite. I had only played Fortnite for a couple of years when it was super popular at the very beginning. Obviously, it's still super popular now, but over those couple of years, I'd probably spent like over $2,000 on content. Most of it was trying to drive content for myself, but even then, I have a huge. I'm a FOMO guy. If I'm playing a game, if it has battle passes and stuff like that, I will either never touch it because I know I'll want to complete every battle pass and get the skins and things like that, or I'll do whatever I have to do to get it all. So I just have to steer away from that stuff completely. Again, a game like Genshin Impact is right up my alley. I love open world RPGs, leveling systems, progression. It's my bread and butter, but I won't touch it because I know what it means for me.
I didn't like it when I opened it, to be honest. I just like it the game seemed really hollow.
Well, see, I never touched it, so I didn't even get a chance to know how I felt about it because I just knew I needed to.
I am
not
so hyper aware about that stuff though that like if it's in a game, like, I will notice it. I'm not someone who's just a casual gamer, and I think it just treats them differently.
Okay.
Speaking for this stuff and kids though, like I am very hyper aware of what Archer is allowed to play, and that's one thing Nintendo gets really, really good. Like it is very hard for games to do any crap like that on the Nintendo system because they just won't let it happen. So I feel quite safe with Archer playing Nintendo with no internet connection.
That's one aspect that they've done really well in, for sure.
Oh, they know they're a family console. But yeah, I've seen people with parents who are like, letting them play Roblox, like doing all this other stuff. And there's just a lot of parents I know that they just don't know. Like, and this is where I've seen the argument that people have been like, oh, it shouldn't be regulated. It's up to parents to know. I'm like, I know good parents who, like really good parents who like take their kids out, try and get involved with everything they do. And they're just not gamers who will understand what is a bad game, what is taking advantage of their kid or not. And they shouldn't have to. And that's why we have regulations and rules.
Yep. That actually was the article that I had seen. And this isn't a new article. It's from March. One of the commenters, exactly what you were saying, was like, if the parents of these children don't see that these things are in place, then how do you not know this? Like, because certain people don't have those interests. It's very simple. Not everybody's a gamer. Not everybody even knows what's going on in the gaming space.
Exactly. And there's going to be bad parents who just let their kids sit on something for 5 hours and not do it. But like, I know parents who
even
like
the most attentive ones still.
Get involved. They're like, oh yeah, I'll do this. I'll play this thing with you. And like, it could be literally flashing at them like, here's like a bunch of bad practices, and like the parent just won't notice. They're not gamers. They're probably so overloaded as a parent, same as their kid, of all this new stuff that they're like, I don't know what's happening. I'm just trying to let my kid enjoy something.
Even if someone like me, I've been playing games my whole life, and this is what I do. I miss things in games. I can't tell you how many times I've been trying to figure out how to do something, and then someone will point out, "Hey, dude, it says right here on the menu, in the UI, all of your tooltips and stuff." I'm like, I didn't even know that was there. So I know that parents themselves can be overstimulated and overwhelmed by things that are happening on the screen, and maybe not even pay attention to something that's right there in front of you. So
exactly,
yeah, I definitely know where the issue can come to, where people don't see what's happening right in front of them in these games. But I'm also interested to know how you all feel about that too. You know, what are your emotions towards microtransactions and gacha features in games, and do you think that this is even a problem or not? I don't know.
Yeah, tell us what you think. And we will read it out on next Fortnite's episode.
Yes.
So, yeah, thank you, everyone, for coming. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, Stitcher, Pocket Casts, Amazon. One day we'll get on YouTube. I need to get on that. I will do that one day, I promise.
And you'll be able to see our awkward faces while we're chatting with each other. Yep.
I'm so shy. But yeah. Thank you everyone for listening. We're going to keep this going forever until one of us croaks.
I'm much older.
You're not that much older than me.
I know.
I just have a skincare routine. That's the only difference.
Well, and yeah, you live somewhere that actually cares about the human life.
No, are you kidding me? I live in Australia. People go out in the sun and turn into leather every day.
That's all right. I drink water here, and it turns me into an old man. It wrinkles me.
Fair enough. I don't drink water or go in the sun. I'm perfectly healthy.
Oh, we are not health experts. Let that be known.
Yeah. This is not a health podcast. Please go to your physician. And on that note, we will see you next fortnight.
Yes. Everybody take care. Thank you all so much.
See ya.